Have you ever noticed how almost every bodybuilder, gym enthusiast, or fitness influencer seems to be carrying around those giant black tubs of protein powder? They mix it into shakes, gulp it down after workouts, and swear by it as the magic fuel behind their muscles. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's really inside that powder, how it's made, and what secrets the industry doesn't want you to know? Some people dismiss it outright, calling it unnatural or even dangerous, while others treat it like liquid gold in powdered form. The truth, as you're about to see, is much more fascinating, maybe a little surprising. Today, we're diving deep into the journey of protein powder. From cows grazing in sunny pastures all the way to the shiny, sealed containers stacked on store shelves. Along the way, we'll uncover not just how it's made, but also why some doctors raise eyebrows about what actually goes into it. So buckle up, because this is not your average food story. It all starts on the farm where dairy cattle live surprisingly natural lives. Contrary to the assumptions of many, these cows aren't locked away in dark barns all day. They actually spend most of their time grazing in open fields, munching on fresh grass, wild plants, and sometimes enjoying silage-fermented grass or corn, especially in the winter when green pastures are less plentiful. Their diet plays a massive role in the quality of the milk they produce, and milk is the very foundation of protein powders like whey. Healthy cows raised on nutrient-rich diets naturally produce milk with higher levels of protein, vitamins, and minerals, making it perfect for the long chain of processes that follow. Farmers also keep a close watch on the milking routine. Twice a day, in the morning and evening, cows are gently milked using suction machines that are designed to be comfortable for them. Hygiene is paramount. Every inch of equipment and every surface is carefully sanitized, not just for the cameras, but as a daily, non-negotiable practice. Once collected, the fresh milk flows through stainless steel pipes straight into massive, refrigerated storage silos, which can hold thousands of gallons. The milk never comes into contact with outside air or contaminants, ensuring freshness and safety. From there, things get a little more scientific. The milk is gently heated and stirred, and then an enzyme known as rennet is added. Depending on the facility, rennet may be animal-based or derived from plants, but the function is the same. It coagulates the milk, turning it into two distinct parts, curds and whey. If you remember Little Miss Muffet from childhood nursery rhymes, this is exactly what that was about. In just under an hour, the milk transforms into a jelly-like mass, and expert cheesemakers know just by touch when it's ready for the next step. Now comes separation. The curds, the solid part, are cut and drained, leaving behind liquid whey. This whey is the golden ingredient for protein powders. But before it's ready to fuel gym sessions, it has to undergo several refining stages. The liquid whey is first filtered to remove any tiny milk solids or impurities left behind after curd removal. Then it's pasteurized because raw whey spoils quickly, and this step guarantees stability and safety for further processing. After pasteurization, concentration begins. Using advanced methods like ultrafiltration, much of the water is removed, leaving behind a thicker, protein-rich liquid. But the real magic happens during spray drying. Imagine gallons of liquid whey being blasted through fine nozzles into a chamber filled with hot air. In seconds, the water evaporates, and what falls to the bottom is a fine, fluffy powder. This powder is rapidly cooled to prevent clumping and preserve its nutritional integrity. That's why whey protein dissolves so easily in water, milk, or smoothies, something anyone who's ever shaken a bottle of protein powder knows well. Before it even gets close to packaging, though, quality control kicks in. Samples of the powder are tested in labs for protein content, moisture balance, and microbial safety. Only when the batch passes every test does it move forward. At the packaging stage, speed and precision take over. Automated filling machines scoop and pour precise amounts of powder into airtight containers within seconds, sealing them tightly to protect against three major enemies: air, moisture, and light. The containers themselves are specially designed to guard the delicate powder inside, and every package gets stamped with an expiration date and batch number. This isn't just for consumer awareness. It's also critical for traceability. So, if an issue ever arises, manufacturers can trace it back to the exact day and batch of production. By now, what started as fresh milk from cows on a pasture has transformed into the sleek tubs, stacked in gyms and supermarkets around the world. But what about the leftover curds from earlier in the process? They're not wasted at all. In fact, they go on to create some of the most beloved cheeses in the world. The curds are pressed into molds, shaping them and squeezing out remaining whey. For mozzarella, this is often the final step, and the cheese is packaged and shipped to hungry customers. It's fascinating to realize that one part of the milk ends up as pizza, cheese, while the other fuels bodybuilders at the gym. The story doesn't stop there, though. Alongside whey protein, dairy processing also feeds into the creation of countless desserts and treats we know and love. Think of the soft, fluffy sponge cakes coated in chocolate that show up in lunchboxes or late-night snack runs. These desserts rely on precision baking, where eggs are whipped to perfection, creating airy textures that melt in your mouth. Once covered in chocolate, they become comforting, nostalgic bites enjoyed by kids and adults alike. In another corner of the world, creamy Oreo ice cream swirls take shape, blending velvety dairy bases with crunchy cookie crumbles, proving that the same milk-fueling protein powders can also bring joy in the form of frozen treats. And then there's the artistry of fish-shaped sponge cakes. It's popular in countries like Japan and Korea. These adorable desserts are filled with custard, chocolate, or red bean paste, capturing the imagination of snack lovers everywhere. The spongy, subtly sweet base is light and airy, showing just how versatile milk and eggs can be in dessert making. While they may seem worlds apart from protein shakes, they're all linked through the same fundamental ingredient: dairy. On an entirely different note, another natural wonder that pairs beautifully with protein powders and smoothies is honey. Harvesting honey is a delicate, fascinating process that relies on the tireless work of bees. From the moment a bee hatches, it contributes to a hive that functions like a perfect, self-sustaining machine. Bees gather nectar from flowers, store it in their honey stomachs, and deposit it back at the hive, where it's transformed into the golden nectar humans treasure. When beekeepers step in to harvest, they do so carefully, often wearing protective suits and using smoke to calm the bees. Frames from the hive are brushed gently to separate bees from honeycombs before being taken to a facility where machines uncap the combs, spin them rapidly, and extract every drop of honey. The result is bottled liquid gold that not only sweetens food but also offers antioxidants and natural healing properties. What makes all of this remarkable is how interconnected our food system is. The same cows producing whey for protein powder also contribute to the milk in cheese and desserts. Bees, buzzing around wildflowers, don't just make honey, they also pollinate crops, ensuring the cycle of food continues. And while protein powder may look like a sterile, industrial product in its sleek black container, its origins are deeply tied to nature, farming, and time-honored traditions of food production. For gym-goers in the US, scooping protein powder into a shaker might feel like an everyday routine. But behind that routine is a complex blend of science, technology, and agriculture. It's about efficiency, yes, but also about preserving nutrition, ensuring safety, and meeting the massive demand of millions of consumers. Whether you're someone who swears by protein shakes or someone who prefers to get nutrition through whole foods, knowing the story behind that powder can change how you see it. It's no longer just a supplement. It's the result of a long journey that begins with cows in a field and ends in the hands of someone chasing their fitness goals. Imagine walking into a world where golden honey drips like liquid sunshine, where donuts and cream cakes tempt your sweet tooth, and where modern farms raise thousands of fluffy chicks under strict care before they ever reach your dinner table. This is the hidden world of food factories and farms, places that most of us never see, yet depend on every single day. From the buzzing of honeybees in Turkish fields to the hum of fully automated machinery in American poultry plants, each step in the process tells a fascinating story of tradition, technology, and taste. In this journey, we'll dive deep into how pure honey is collected, how irresistible desserts are crafted, and how chickens are raised and processed in massive facilities. It's a behind-the-scenes look that's as eye-opening as it is delicious. In Turkey, the second largest producer of pure honey, every drop is treated like liquid gold. After the bees have done their work filling honeycombs, workers spin the frames in large extractors to collect the last drops of honey. This spinning process isn't just about efficiency, it also leaves the combs clean and reusable for the next cycle, showing how nothing goes to waste. The freshly spun honey is churned gently, then filtered through fine sieves to achieve that flawless golden clarity we all recognize in the jar. Watching the golden stream pour feels like witnessing nature itself being bottled. Once the extraction is done, workers carefully gather the empty combs for cleaning and reuse, keeping the cycle sustainable. Honey, in its rawest form, is stored in large, temperature-controlled tanks. These conditions ensure it remains fluid and easy to pour, preserving not only its smooth texture, but also its natural enzymes and antioxidants that make it so beneficial for digestion and overall health. The bottling process is a marvel of automation. Conveyor belts carry rows of clean jars under precision nozzles that release exactly the right amount of honey without spilling a drop. The lids are placed and sealed by robotic arms, ensuring both hygiene and consistency. What once required hours of manual labor is now streamlined into a seamless dance of technology, allowing communities to distribute honey on a large scale while maintaining high quality. And if you've ever had a spoonful of honey before a meal, you've probably felt that soothing effect on the stomach, a gift from its natural enzymes and antioxidants. It's no wonder honey is considered a superfood across cultures. But honey doesn't always come in a jar. Step inside a honey spoon factory, and you'll see a creative twist on tradition. Instead of packaging liquid honey, manufacturers mold it into spoon shapes using food-grade silicone or plastic molds. These honey spoons are wrapped individually, like little gifts, sealed in shiny film or foil, so you can simply unwrap and stir directly into tea or coffee without the mess of sticky jars. Packaged neatly in trays or boxes, these spoons make honey portable, convenient, and fun, a modern invention born from an ancient food. Of course, honey pairs beautifully with other treats. Take liquid jams spread over crunchy biscuits. The sweet, sticky fruitiness melts into the crumbly biscuit texture, creating a bite that's both wholesome and indulgent. Factories producing these treats often run side by side, with jams simmering in one section while biscuits roll out of ovens in another, only to be paired into snack packs that delight both kids and adults. And for those craving something savory, after all that sweetness, sandwiches filled with layers of cheese and fresh ingredients are prepared with the same kind of streamlined precision. Each slice of cheese is machine cut and perfectly layered, turning a simple snack into a satisfying meal in seconds. And then come the donut cakes. Those versatile little indulgences that can start your morning with a smile or end your day on a sweet note. Whether topped with cream, dusted with sugar, or dipped in thick chocolate, donuts are made in massive numbers using automated systems that fry, glaze, and decorate them with remarkable speed. Chocolate, in particular, steals the spotlight every time. Watching cakes and donuts cascade under fountains of melted chocolate is almost hypnotic. It's not just dessertade's pure joy in edible form. And one of the reasons chocolate-coated pastries remain timeless favorites across America. But beyond sweets, there's another side of the food world, one that feeds the protein cravings. Of millions, chickens are among the most widely consumed meats in the U.S. And their journey from hatchery to dinner plate is both fascinating and heavily regulated for safety. It all begins at specialized hatcheries where eggs are placed on hatcheries. Where eggs are placed on carefully prepared bedding inside climate-controlled incubation chambers. Machines spread out the bedding evenly, mimicking the softness of a natural nest. As the eggs hatch, tiny chicks emerge, their fluffy bodies filling the trays like a carpet of yellow. Workers and machines carefully handle them, transferring them to rearing facilities where their real growth begins. Nutrition is key from the very first day. Instead of chemical-laced feed, many modern farms provide organic blends of corn and soybeans. In the U.S., much of this soy is processed without harmful solvents, ensuring a cleaner and safer diet for the birds. Automated feeding systems distribute just the right amount of food, while advanced nipple watering systems provide water drop by drop, keeping it clean and reducing waste. Watching the chicks peck at the water nozzles is a reminder that even the tiniest details in their care matter. Large halls house thousands of chicks at once, equipped with high-tech systems that control temperature, humidity, ventilation, and even lighting cycles, creating the perfect environment for steady growth. As the chicks grow into full-fledged chickens, farmers closely monitor their health and progress. Once they reach the right size, the process of collecting and transporting them to processing plants begins. In the past, workers had to chase chickens around by hand, but now specialized machines gently capture and place them into transport crates. The chickens then travel to processing centers where humane practices are followed to minimize suffering. One approved method includes an electrical water bath that renders chickens unconscious before further handling. Inside the plant, automation takes over. Chickens move through washing systems and feather removal machines, which work with remarkable speed and precision. Feet are separated, wings are trimmed, and different cuts of meat are portioned out automatically. Human workers oversee the process, stepping in only where needed to ensure safety and quality. Each batch of meat undergoes strict quality control, scans, and anything below standard is discarded immediately to protect consumer health. Some chickens are processed whole, while others are cut into parts like wings, drumsticks, and boneless breast fillets. Marination stations add flavor, soaking meat in blends of spices and herbs to prepare it for retail shelves or restaurant kitchens. Chicken wings, in particular, are a fan favorite across the U.S., especially when tossed in spicy buffalo sauce or coated in honey barbecue glaze. It's fascinating to realize that the journey of those crispy wings at your local sports bar started with a highly sophisticated system designed to maximize efficiency, safety, and flavor beyond taste. Chicken is also a nutritional powerhouse. It's rich in protein, essential for building muscle and maintaining energy. But it also contains nutrients like choline, which supports brain function and memory. Eating chicken regularly can help keep you sharp and alert, which makes it not just comfort food, but smart food. Pair that with the benefits of honey, and you start to see how deeply connected our diets are to the processes happening in fields, hives, and factories around the world. From honeybees buzzing in Turkish meadows to conveyor belts carrying sizzling chicken wings through American plants. The story of food is a story of people, machines, and nature working together. Every spoonful of honey, every bite of biscuit and jam, every piece of crispy chicken on your plate has gone through an extraordinary journey before reaching your kitchen. The next time you stir honey into your tea, bite into a donut, or enjoy a plate of wings, you'll know there's a world of care, creativity, and technology behind it all.